talk about sexual assault. So, my name's Duncan, and I have a show on YouTube called Gossip Finance. And we've been doing women's rights stuff for the last year. We keep getting the same argument over and over when we talk about women coming forward about being sexually assaulted or raped, which is, what about all the false accusations? And what's going to happen to you when you're falsely accused? And I thought this was always a ridiculous argument, but recently we did a video where we covered Donald Trump being found by a jury, a civil jury, to be, he actually committed rape. He was adjudicated of rape against E.G. and Carroll, so he's a rapist. Now, a bunch of conservatives and Trump supporters blasted our comment section and emailed us with this saying, well, what happens when you get falsely accused thing? Okay, so I'm a finance guy. Let's look at the numbers. So, I went through this, and I got a lot of this from the RAIN, the Rape Abuse Incest National Network. They're great, and I got some from the Ballard Brief. But let's look at this. Reported sexual assault rape victims per year. So rape is basically penetration by force or coercion, any way you want to spin it. So average rape cases, victims, not total number of cases, because most victims are repeat victims. They know it's somebody they know. But the average number of actual victims in a year is about 433,600 plus. About 10% of males are victims. It's a little less than that. About 90%, a little over 90% of females are victims. So 1 out of 6 women are victims in their lifetime of an attempted or completed rape. About 1 out of 10. So that's just to start with that. So that's a lot, almost 500,000, or just under 500,000. So let's look at, that's just reported cases. Let's look at unreported cases. So if we're looking at unreported cases, there's an estimated of 38%. By RAIN, estimates 38% go unreported, or are reported. The rest go unreported. Over 60% go unreported. Some studies say under 5 are reported, but we're going to go with RAIN's. So according to RAIN, of the 30% get reported. Of the total number of rape cases, about 5.7% result in an arrest. 1.1% are referred for prosecution, and less than 1%, 0.7% result in a conviction of total rape cases. So in an annual year, an estimated this is the average estimation of approximately 1.13 million rape victims. Not cases total, but victims total in a year. So 433,600 reported, 64,000 arrests, 12,000 prosecuted, and just under 8,000 convicted. So that's pretty devastating. Well, let's go to the next one. So what are the odds of getting falsely accused? That's difficult to determine. It's hard to, you can't really determine it, but the best estimates we have, false accusations, anywhere between 2 to 8%. So roughly between 8,600 and 34,600 or 700 false accusations in a year. Now, if we look at that compared to the population, your chance of getting falsely accused, and that I'm using the highest estimate, the 8% estimate, is 0.012%. It's less than it's like 100th of a percent. So it's very unlikely you're going to get accused, falsely accused, of rape. So let's compare that real quick. So your chance of getting raped is 0.17%. That's almost 2 out of 1,000. For a woman in your lifetime, you've got 16%. For a man, it's about 10. So your chance of getting falsely accused, though, is 0.012% or 100th of a percent. Right? So it's a factor of over 10. And in your lifetime, it's a factor of over 30. So when we break it down, the odds of getting accused are very, very low. I mean, it's ridiculously low. So let's look at the total final odds, because that'll give us a sense. And I'm sorry I did this as gambling odds, but I'm trying to make this simple. So let's look at it. Your chances of getting raped as a woman between 12 and 50, because that's the vast majority of rape victims. Number of victims per year is about 1,200 out of 100,000 people. Right? And then in your lifetime, that's about 16,670 out of 100,000. Your chances of getting falsely accused in any given year is 12 out of 100,000. And falsely convicted is almost 0. I mean, it's such a small number, it's not even worth mentioning. But your chances of getting away with rape are 99,300 out of 100,000. They have a over 99% chance of getting away with committing rape. So with all that being said, here's the deal. For all you guys that are like, what about if you get falsely accused, right? Here's the deal. The odds of getting falsely accused are next to nothing. It's not something that I worry about. It's never been an issue, okay? And if you believe that false accusations are the problem, when over 99% of rapists are getting away with it, then you're the problem. I'm sorry, but that's a fact. And if you're sitting around every day wondering or worrying about whether or not you're going to get falsely accused of rape, well, odds are it's probably not a false accusation. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful. Please check us out on YouTube.